Good morning, everybody. Hey, wherever you are in the world, it's a Bitcoin morning. Wherever you are in the world, good afternoon, good evening. Glad we're here together. I still do not know who won the U.S. election. If you guys do, let me know. I don't know, but we'll get into that in a second. It's kind of a fun day. I guess everyone's in a good mood, as we should be. Everyone is positioned very well. By the way, I probably won't pull it. I probably will pull it up right now. Let me pull it up for you as we speak. Let me just go to my channel over here really quick. It's funny. I saw this last night. I was responding to everyone's comments yesterday on the Bitcoin video, and someone's like, this is ridiculous. I like these. All these comments are fake. This channel should be banned. There's no way that all these people are so happy with the person. What are they talking about? That this has changed their life? This is absolutely nonsense. This should be reported right away. I thought it was the funniest thing ever. I don't have the comment up for you, so I'm not going to find it now. But again, hopefully, most of us here are positioned very well, because this hasn't even started. By the way, we haven't taken out the all-time high, but we are right on time. We're right on time. And what is right on time? Remember, the forecast given was 18,000. I like to set goals that I could meet in December. So let's just keep holding. Let's keep going. We're just getting going. It's good to feel good though. Right? That's nothing wrong with that. But as always, try to remain detached. I have learned over my career, you have to be detached from when trades are going in your favor, as well as when trades are, like if you're taking your predefined risk loss. You have to be detached in both outcomes. It's the way to go. So enjoy a little bit today, but at the same time, thank you, Marie. At the same time, keep in check. All right? We'll just ride that wave with a small smile. I wish the rest of the family, someone mentioned their siblings weren't involved. I wish they would listen, but here we go. Let's keep going. All right. So by the way, the election, I don't know. We have the FOMC today, right? Is it a big deal? What are they going to do? I don't know. Right? I don't know how the market's going to react. We're going to look at the important levels of the market. I think we're coming into resistance right now. Funny though, right? Just laugh with me. Have fun today. Thanks, Gabe. I'm glad you caught that. There you go, Katie. That's truth right there. Right? So, feels good. Anyway. This is the comment of the morning. Brings a smile to my face. We're gonna stay humbled or be humble, Danny. Everyone's on the same page as me. I like it. We're gonna get into gold. We're gonna get into silver. We're gonna get into the equities. We're gonna get into FX. We're gonna get into everything. But right now, I just want to. What was that? We got a cult going on. So anyway, look. Look at that perfect touch into our resistance. Look at this right now. Look at that perfect touch into our support. Interesting stuff going on, all right? Let's check it out. This is all new to me. Let's figure it out together. The only thing I wanted to say is, I guess what's got me nervous is not the FOMC today. By the way, let's just read some headlines, nothing more than headlines, right? Look. Now, they're saying that we're turning to QE anticipation, that basically, who is Powell going to ask for more fiscal stimulus today? Because there's no president or leadership to do that to. So is it the Fed that needs to step to the plate? I don't know. This is funny. The markets are soaring, dollars plunging with gridlock, now seen as bullish. A disputed election is bad for stocks. Legislative gridlock is bad for stocks, but the combination of the two is great for stocks. Listen, I'm not trying to make sense of it all because I don't know. You all know I don't know, and I don't need to know. I'm just going to follow what's going on over here and where we are right now on the S&P 500. I'm on the daily right now. Why? Because I'm not yet looking to trade. It's Thursday. We got the FOMC today. Is it possible by Friday we have some type of winner of the election? Probably not. I just heard that it's someone here in the channel said, right, it was November 10th that Nevada will post their results. So, Charlie, the market's always forward thinking though. The market's forward looking. The market's always trying to front run whatever information it has. It doesn't matter if it's coming in February. If it's coming, it's coming. That's what the market needs to focus on. All right. There you go, Miguel. There you go. Bask in that. So let me just remove this from this, and let's keep going. So right now, just so you all know, we're into resistance over here today. Let's look at the 8-hour, right? That's resistance. Are we looking to sell that resistance? There's a lot of room over here. You could play the range. There's no way I'm standing in front of this locomotive. And it is a locomotive. It's just straight up. We talked about a lot of money being on the sidelines. Is that money coming back in yet because there's clarity? I don't see the clarity. But, you guys know I've been lining this up. And if we get a breakout above that trend line, I'll follow the price action, right? Right now, would I be looking if we're rejected here into that support to take the trade? I don't know. Ask me tomorrow. Not today. Let's see what happens with the Fed today. Let's see what happens with the little bit of election like craziness, right? Graham, you can do whatever you want. You have so many options. It's ridiculous to you, right? You could trade the SPX. You could trade the SPY. You could trade the E-mini futures. What I do is not relevant to you. So again, right here, I'm still waiting. I'm still watching. Right? If we break above, I've been lining this up for a while, and I'm gonna get my feet wet and see what happens. What about on the Nasdaq? Let's get a clear look at what's going on everywhere. Nasdaq, you can see we pierced above it, but it only matters what happens here on the daily, whether we close above or below that. And nevertheless, we never play breakouts. And by the way, are you gonna take a breakout after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up candles in a row? I know I'm not. But we will look for that. I will look for a retest and resumption. All right? So just getting closer to some type of actionable signal. That's all. I'll check in the Russell really quick just so I have an idea of what's going on. You can see that this resistance now looks like it's becoming support. There's not much. I don't want to focus there. I like the S&P right now. I like the Nasdaq. I like how clean and technical they look. So that's where the edge is. What about on the Dow? I just want to get a quick check-in. All right. So anyway, the DXY, let's talk about it before we get into gold and silver. We all know that, again, today, closing below this line over here, Jordan is reverting back to a dollar bear, right? And I'm going to say, let me come back over here. This is the line over here. This is the 3-day, right? This is connecting the spike high in March all the way down over here. It's easier on the daily. This is the line that you all had me add in, remember? And I love it. And you can see how relevant it's been, right? So back below it, I flipped my position. By the way, so let's just review this really quick with me. Like dollar bull, flip dollar bear, flip dollar bull, and then have to go back dollar bear. I mean, that's some good precision stuff. I'm good with that. I'm very comfortable with that, right? So here we go. What happens? Well, it looks pretty bad for the dollar, right? Could we be seeing once we start getting to the stimulus? Look, this is not clear skies. Today feels like everything is clear and easy, right? And rightfully so, because the main position we're all in is really flying. But look, we could still go risk off pretty quickly. Things could get right now. I don't know what the market's doing, and I like having that perspective that I don't know what the market's doing, right? Because that way I can't be fooled by myself. And I don't know, maybe right now the market thinks that there actually is going to be a winner, and I don't know who it's pricing in or what. I do know that. Yeah, anyway, I don't need to get into that. I don't know what it's pricing in, but maybe it's pricing in that there is going to be some type of winner. And then if this gets actually more complicated, maybe the market will start going risk off. So don't get comfortable. Never be comfortable. All right? But nevertheless, now that that's out of the way, this is a big technical breakdown on the dollar here, on the DXY. We'll look at the euro in a little while. There's no question about it. I don't think the euro is going to have any actionable signal yet, and I'll talk about that as we get to it. But what I'm seeing right now is the dollar. I said if we get back below here, right, the dollar could be looking to make new yearly lows. Let's just continue watching it, All right, what's important over here is if this support over here. You can see this support over here, right? Getting below this, that could set up a conquering the market's entry, looking to test the yearly lows. Just don't be comfortable right now. I'm not comfortable. All right. Yes, there will be a winner eventually. That's true. Well, I don't know if it's going back to March lows. Is it going back to March lows, Kevin? I don't know that. I didn't say anything like that. But, you know, if we break down below this support over here, this green support, if we break below it and then flip that to resistance and resume out of it, then we're looking at September lows, right? March highs. March was high, September low. All right. Bitcoin is starting to look bullish. Bitcoin has been looking bullish for quite a while. This is, you know, the breakout of the bull market. This was what I called the technical breakout of the bull market. We then had breakout, retest. Here was dicey. I had a blue box. I said it could go either way, right? And I kept that blue box for a couple of weeks. Everyone was getting so mad. And then since then, we've actually resumed past that last swing high. I mean, that's breakout, retest, resumption. We just cleared the Heath line today. We've cleared the Heath area. This thing right now, by the way, let's talk about Bitcoin before we get into gold and silver. Bitcoin right now, what am I targeting, right? I have a couple of things that I'm targeting. I'm going to show it to you right now. Number one, all right, this is going to be good. This is going to be my favorite portion of the session. It will be yours if you're watching it right now. Trust me on this one. If you haven't seen this video over here, 3 ways to trade Bitcoin, the ultimate guide to profit from Bitcoin's bull market phase, do watch it. I'm going to add something that wasn't in that video right now. I've been watching your channel for 2 months. You really convinced me to buy Bitcoin. When is the right time to buy? Should I buy on the red day or wait for a 30% pullback? We'll talk about that right now as well. Just rewind and really quick. I cannot predict the future, right, at all. And thanks, brother. I appreciate that. I cannot predict the future at all. But when we were here, I didn't know if we were going to break out or down. But I did say that the risk was to the upside, meaning that it looks like, you know, people are afraid to buy Bitcoin, right? This was all the way down here is when I called the next bull move over here when we broke that trend line. I know everyone remembers. We broke it up, and then as we came over to here, this is where I signaled that swing buy, targeting right over here, right, to exit 40% and hold the other 60%, you know? So now we're over here, and people are like, oh, I was waiting for Bitcoin to go lower. What do I do now? All right, we'll talk about that first before I get into the part that I really want you to see, because it's really a part that I'm interested in, that I was actually looking at myself this morning. It goes on to this video over here as an addendum. So right now, obviously, we just broke through this important resistance over there, right? And so you could either be waiting, not that you'll get it necessarily, but there's a good possibility that we come back down and test that. And any move now into this area over here, it's right around 14,200. You know, if that area holds and you resume off of it, that's your next area. You don't buy now. You're too late. Not that this won't go higher, but you're too late. So you don't buy now. You could always be waiting for the first 30% pullback, and that's the safest entry. But I have to tell you, the reason I was waiting for 14,000 to get that video out, to get this video out to you, was simply because I was not looking for I'm not looking for the first 30% pullback personally, expected at any time. But in my head, it used to be 16,000. Now that's moving up, you know, towards closer to 18,000. So I had plenty of time to get this video out for you. I'm not expecting the pullback yet. I'll tell you what I am expecting in 1 second. First, let me show you this over here. This over here is the next bit of resistance that we're looking at. Let me draw it in for you. All right. Let me make that a little bit darker. That's connecting these lines over here, again over here. And that's the only thing I have up in this area because there's nothing over here to my left. There's nothing at all over there. So that's only a little bit of area I have. Now, Is it a strong resistance? No, it's not. Do we get stronger up here? We get a lot stronger up here. Let me show you what that looks like. Let me make that a little bit darker for you. And now let me look over to the left over there, and you can see, okay, that's a little bit stronger of resistance, right? So targeting over there, that's around 17,000, right? So that's what's in front of us right now. We're not going to go any further than that about looking to where we have some overhead resistance and what we should be looking at. But I do want to show you one other thing, and that is coming back over to here. The last time we were in a similar situation, no, past results here are not indicative of future performance. But with Bitcoin, you know, things are there are distinguishable patterns that have led me to be able to ahead of time let you know what I believe is going to be happening. And, you know, we got a long way to go, but it's undeniable that, you know, you got to pay attention. That's all I'm going to say. So this line over here, by the way, okay, this line over here, I just want you to follow me over here. This line over there, right? That is the equivalent of this line over here, of the Heath line, actually. That's the equivalent of the Heath line. It was the last swing high before the halving. Okay, pay attention. This is what I worked out. This is what I have worked out myself. Now, the all-time high is this line over here. Okay, from here to here is about a 50%, right, return. Let me make sure that's correct. 45. Let's call it 45. Okay, pay attention. Now come back over here. Come back over here. Now, again, this is the Heath line we're looking at. Right over here, that's the last swing high before the halving. That's the all-time high over there. If I go ahead and do another 45%, right, it's taking us close, 42%. That's taking me right towards the all-time high again. Okay, just pay attention. That's kind of the area, 18,000. I set goals that I want to make. This area between 18,000 and 2,000 is what I am targeting. Now, to make sure that I look correct, I have it in 2021. We make the all-time high. If it happens in December, that's fine, right? Over here, this is when we had the first 30% pullback after there. Now, I'm not saying, like I'm saying in my mind right now, as we approach 17, 18,000, that's when I'm first looking for that first 30% pullback, okay? It could happen at any time. It could happen before then. It could happen right now, and it could happen before we've made this new swing high. This is what I have going on in my mind. Now, is it possible that we don't make a 30% pullback, that we take out the all-time high and we scream up towards 30,000 before having that 30% pullback, back towards 20,000, right? Back towards that to test that all-time high to make sure, yes, all that's possible. That's what I'm looking at. So if you're thinking about whether or not you need to buy Bitcoin and you haven't yet, you know, bought Bitcoin, when's the next possible time to buy Bitcoin? Right now, that's over here. After we just broke through that resistance to make sure that becomes support. Don't buy into the FOMO. But at this point in the stage, right? And I looked at also on my Twitter account the other day. I was showing you the last time. Every time we take out the last monthly all-time close, between that and the new all-time high is on average just over 30 days. So this area that we're in right now, and we all know it ahead of time, I'm not saying it now to you. This has been said for a long time. There's not much over here in the way. From here to here could happen quickly. All right. Everyone's good. Everyone's with me. And if you're not, I hope you are. But I'm not just spewing stuff out now, you know, like if you're not paying attention, maybe you should start paying attention because anyway, gold has broken over here, the 1914 gold line over here, right? This sets up, in my mind, a possibility. Now look to go long and strong. Are we out of the woods yet? Is this an easy trade? Sean will look at that in a second. Charlene, what's going on? So, you know, again, when I was talking about the dollar, I'm talking about gold and silver now. We're not out of the woods yet. But the market's doing what the market's doing. When you get big technical signals, we got to look at them. We got to take them. Over here, this line was over here. I said 1930 is the next big resistance you got to cross on the break of 1914 for the clarity. So look, maybe we get the chance to pick up some over here on a retest and resumption, or maybe not. Maybe we continue breaking above, and then you look for this 1930 for a retest and resumption. I'm going to add a gold line right up there just so it's there for me. And happy days. All right. So, should you buy gold right? What just happened? Should you buy gold right now into the resistance? Never buy into resistance. Right? Do not chase FOMO. Be preemptive. Whatever. I can't do that. What about going over there? Alan, glad you like that. Glad you like that, brother. Very much. Yeah. We'll look at Ethereum as well. We're going to look at everything. All right? We're going to look at everything. No man left behind. Look at this. This is a breakout on silver, right? I've been watching and waiting for silver, by the way, for a long time, right? It's been no trades whatsoever on silver. Now, Kips, I'm with you, brother. I understand. This is a lot more speculative over here, But we got some big breaks on gold. We got a big break on silver. Now is the time that we could look for trades on silver, breaking out of this trend line over here, right? Wait for the conquering the market signal, right? Retest and resumption. Now, is it possible? Is it possible we come all the way into 26 straight and fast before seeing any type of pullback? Why, yes, it is. If that happens, don't worry. Just wait. It's not like to get rid of that FOMO. You're looking for the high probability trades. But what, are we seeing a strong yuan or a weaker yuan today? Could someone let me know? Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. Are we seeing a stronger yuan or a weaker yuan? Do you want to clone that into there? This is not like even a line. That's just a sketch. But if you look, I think I see what you're seeing. Are you looking at that right there? Do we have? Can we get a thumbs up if you're here? By the way, it is a good session. It's a good session, Sean. I don't want to forget. I'm going to come back over to here. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Welcome. Definitely do go ahead and subscribe. The big, huge breakdown. A big, huge breakdown on the U.S. dollar, Japanese yen over here. No question about it. Right? But there's no signal here today. Right? Breakdown. We don't trade breakdowns. You know what to do. We'll wait for the retest and the resumption. Very strong one. So a strong yuan, markets are pricing in Biden then, in my opinion. Right? In my opinion, markets are... And I don't know who's winning personally, so, and that's sad that we don't know who won the election because the election was a couple of days ago. Nevertheless, let's keep going over here. Let's look at Ethereum. Enrico, what's up? Yep. Juan is pricing in a Biden win. So, not a strong one. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that, Yassine. Wow. Okay, finally you get Ethereum catching up a little bit. This morning it was down, not even positive on the day. And don't get scared. Like I'm a Bitcoiner. If you're into the alts, hold the line over here. Alt season has not begun. It's gonna get crazy. There's no question about it. Hold your line over here, especially now as Bitcoin is doing the hard work. As maybe Bitcoin comes into this area over here, comes in towards 15,000 whatever into that resistance I have over here, and then Bitcoin starts consolidating. Alts will start catching up. Alts will begin to fly. There's no question about it. Hold the line. Hold the line. So. I didn't mean to mention Biden. All of a sudden, things got crazy over here. Or things got, right? China loves Trump more. Anyway, who cares? I don't really care. So what else we got going on over here? Chainlink also, it's got a lot of work to do. It's above $12.90 that I believe it begins to fly, right? Watch what happens as Chainlink, if it comes back up, well, when it comes back up and test this. This was support. You can see it here as a little bit of resistance. Coming up into this area, this is going to be big resistance for Chainlink, because you're going to have this type of resistance with that horizontal resistance. And again, just once more, as I've been saying now for months, above 1290 is when Chainlink will have its time again. What else? Let's take a look at what's going on the Australian dollar, Japanese yen over here. All right, we're seeing massive risk off over here. I don't have to understand it, by the way. Why can't I do this? Sorry, I'm on a new machine here. It doesn't really make sense. When I press delete, there you go. Just trying to clean my chart up a little bit. What's going on with the Australian dollar, Japanese yen? I mean, yen is a little bit weak. Obviously not against the dollar, but Australian dollar is pumping here. I'm just trying to figure out what I think is going on with FX. And I'm going to blow through all the charts in FX just so I get an idea. I'm not looking to trade at all this week on FX. I'm not at all. I'm still on high alert that we could see some massive switch in the sentiments here in the market. So I'm not like, I feel like a lot of people are taking this for granted right now. Thank you. Appreciate that. So anyway, you know what? You just got to live being risk averse is the only way to do it. All right, let's keep going. Walk away is good. But I mean, revenge trading is the worst thing in the world, right? Excellent, Kips. Always excellent. Let me start off with the Euro US dollar. All right, I know what I'm going to be seeing, but I want to take a look at it, right? All right, here's my notes. We broke out here to the upside, but you see all this resistance we're coming into, right? Obviously, you all know I'm not going to take a trade into resistance, right? Same thing here on the DXY. We got to get below that support area over here to give me a little bit of confidence. I'm waiting on the Euro US dollar. I knew before I even looked at it. I'm going to move this line down a little bit right to there. I'm moving it to the tops of I want you to see what I'm doing and why. I'm moving it to right over here, right, where I have a little bit more touches right now. How do I do that? There you go. All right, so I'm moving that down right over there. Right there. Above that line, I'm going to be attacking strong. Not yet. And because the DXY starts making new yearly lows, right, it could be party time. But I'm not sold on anything right now. I'm not sold on anything right now. All right? The longer we don't have a winner, the more likely we dump. I don't know. Like, go back to this. A disputed election is bad for stocks, right? I mean, we all know what happened with Silicon Valley. Legislative gridlock is bad for stocks. That now we have big time, right? Republicans took some more extra seats than they were expected in the House, held control of the Senate. We got gridlock, bad for stocks, yet we're seeing the equity markets go ballistic. So there you go, Gene. I got a new machine over here. It's much easier when I'm not home. All right. So let's keep going. Right. We'll start with the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. I'm expecting right now not to see anything. So when something becomes clear, then I'll be all over it. Right. I see that nice breakout. Remember on the Australian dollar pairs, I had lined up this trend line across the way on multiple pairs. You see the clean breakout now, right? Not only that, just watch with me. Breakout. This is messy. I guess this was also election, right? Is this becoming clearer now? It is. Do I see, I clean up all these tonight. Do I see any type of entry or anything like that? I'm not even close. All I could say, Australian dollar is looking to be bullish. Do we have an expected Biden win? I don't know. For me, so yesterday, by the way, last night was the first time since the election that I actually had a minute to see what was going on. I spent 20 minutes looking across the internet, and then I said to myself, I have no idea who's winning. I don't understand. I don't know what's going on. So Australian dollar, Swiss franc, again, we broke out over here. Just there's no way I would ever trade this. Remember, we're just coming through the election, and we don't know who won. But you see the breakout, the retest, and the resumption up, right? So I'm seeing a signal in the markets I'm definitely seeing risk on in the markets, and I'm seeing Australian dollar bid over here. This is coming into a little bit of resistance right now. There should be a line right there. Let me push it down, right? There should be a line right there. My eye was focused here, and then here. Look, over here, right? I think we're just above it, actually. We're just above that. Let me make that a support. All right. So Japanese yen still mildly stronger than other cross pairs. I don't know about that. I don't know anything. I guess I really think everyone's got a much better read on this whole election than I do. I just want fair and transparent elections. Over here, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, again, breaking our trend line over here and coming up above the support. The Australian dollar, in my opinion, as I look through all of this, I see one thing. I see a trend shift, and now I see the sweet spot portion of the trade entering. You could start looking perhaps for pullback. You could see, look at that. We're about to change. We're changing right there. Look at that. Changing. We already had the first pullback. That's the one on the Australian dollar, Swiss franc. I said breakout, retest, resumption. Right? You see all that? Pretty cool. So now we're entering a new trend change on the Australian dollar. I didn't need the true trend to see that. I just look at price. But now we're coming towards the sweet spot where we could start looking for trades towards the Australian dollar's favor. Do not get comfortable. Things could change quickly and radically. It's Thursday right now. We're dealing with a contested election, or I could say a murky, cloudy, unclear election, right? Everyone from either side has got their hope on, but I don't know who the winner is going to be, and I trade under clarity. I don't like to take preemptive positions hoping something works out in my favor. All right. So Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. You guys, this is what I see. You see this whole area over here? Like we're still stuck in this area. So I don't see anything whatsoever on the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. Swiss franc, Japanese yen, nothing. Stalemate. It's a stalemate right now. Looking, possibly looking to hold this support over here. By the way, so what's tricky for me, right? It's clear to see equities flying. Bitcoin, gold, silver, all flying. Australian dollar flying. Japanese yen, though, is not showing weakness. All right? So Japanese yen is not showing weakness. Is that because of the strength against the dollar on the Japanese yen? Maybe. Again, just trying to put it together. MicroStrategy living the dream right now. Are they up? What are they up? Are they up like $200 million on their investment? How long before other public companies start FOMOing after MicroStrategy? What about when one of the big techs come in there, right? Apple, Amazon. Man. I don't think the truth will ever come out. Come on. All of us are aware of high crimes and so Euro, Australian dollar, we're still what? In clear, dead, no man's land. But with actually a tilt towards the Australian dollar. So why do I say that? Because this over here is now turning into resistance. So I see the Australian dollar. I see that risk off. No big deal. JPI not weak. in an environment where it should be under pressure. That's Kips. This is what I'm trying. This is what I'm seeing as well. I'm seeing the like canary in the coal mine that the yen only stronger than the dollar is like it's hanging in there. So I mean, so just quick hiatus over here. By the way, if you're new here, welcome. Glad you're here. The wondering why Amazon did not create its own Amazon connected currency. Facebook tried that, and U.S. Gov was like, "There's no way you're taking control of currency," right? So, the question is, when does Amazon adopt Bitcoin? Right at the end of it, everyone's going to learn it's about Bitcoin. Euro, Swiss franc. Right? What's going on over here? We're coming back towards this important resistance. Are we going to see a rejection over here or flip back positive? If you flip back positive, is it time to get bullish? I would stay away, very far away. Euro, British pound. So I'm seeing the most flavor on Australian dollar. I'm seeing a trend change occurring on the Australian dollar, which is possibly setting up now the sweet spot of that. For trades right now. But however, it is Thursday in a highly unusual environment, and I cannot see myself looking to take any trades on FX until next week. Euros, but I'm getting there now. Now it's like warm up time. All right, Euro, British pound. It's weird. The euro with that weak dollar is not really the strong one here. All right. So nevertheless, into this area of resistance, do you play a breakout to the upside over there? Not me. Not me. How do I get TradingView to stop using a significant amount of resources? Euro, Japanese yen, no edge over here. No edge over here. Amazon accepts pay, so they did adopt Bitcoin. Cassidy, gold is up, breaking out here past our 1914 gold line in the sand. Now it's a technical bullish breakout on gold. Silver too also had a break of that trend line. You could go back and pull back until you see in the middle of your screen, pull back that red dial, pull back until you see gold, XAU, US dollar, and watch that area of the show. All right. But it's all about Bitcoin. Wait until 2021. This is a warm up. This is the show hasn't even gotten started. This is a warm up. All right. Euro, US dollar, we already looked at it. So euro for me is nothing going on whatsoever. Pound, Australian dollar. So Australian dollar again. Why? I don't understand it. Is it because the Senate majority leader has signaled his willingness to compromise on stimulus? I don't know. Why did I move that? We're breaking down over there. All right. So this is interesting anyway. This is the pound Canadian dollar. And a breakout of this consolidation, I believe, could lead to a massive move. By the way, this breakout, whether it's up or down, should occur at the time that we see the resolution by the end of the year on the whole Brexit situation. So pound Canadian dollar that could turn into a long-term position trade. Zero edge whatsoever. I'm just making the rounds, getting a feel for what's going on. I'm kind of skipping through the pound pairs right now on purpose. All right. Let's check out New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar. This was last week or the week before, right? Nothing going on. New Zealand dollar is strong like the Australian dollar. However, the Australian dollar is stronger, right? If I pull up Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, which one are we looking at? Yep. Australian dollar is mildly stronger. Not a big read over there. So Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar are the two strongest. US dollar, Canadian dollar. Man. This is the DXY pair, and it's got a tight correlation right now. U.S. dollar, Mexican peso, big signal over here, breaking down below that last swing high. I feel like Hero 20 about right around 22.50 was when I made that investment, right? Going short dollars against pesos over here. Now it's playing out finally well. Look, that's all I could say. There's nothing to trade today. Anyone holding our core positions is flying today. I got a nice read on the market now. It's been fuzzy. It's been like stay away, and now like I got my bearings. I'm ready to attack when it's time. And in the meantime, what are we up 50% on our Bitcoin positions in just the last 2 months? Boom. So, good session. Good session. What else are we looking at? We didn't look at nickel. Palladium flying today with all the precious metals. Clear skies coming up here on palladium. We by the way, if you missed the little Bitcoin session we did, which is towards the very beginning of the stream, I highly recommend watching it. I highly recommend watching it because it was an important one. Shane, I think that's it too. I think that's the session. It was short and sweet, but really a good one and important, right? We haven't seen it go parabolic yet. All right. So wow, 47 minutes. This is like the shortest session that we've probably ever done. But I'm gonna leave it here, short and sweet, because that's what it's about today. I'm not positive that I will do the afternoon update today, and if I can, there's no question I will. That's just up in the air. I'm not sure about it. We went over gold, we went over silver, we went over Bitcoin, we went over the S&P, we went over the Nasdaq, we went over the dollar. You could pull back on the live stream and watch all of that. Jordan, where would you top up my Bitcoin position? I'm going to leave this with you because this is where I explain it. Watch this video right now, and you will enjoy it. You will enjoy it. James, as we got into Bitcoin today, I talked about that. I went over that. That's how I started off. Watch the beginning of the live stream, anyone interested in Bitcoin. And just keep fast forwarding until we get to us talking about Bitcoin. So, thank you everyone for brightening my day. Thank you for this session today. Tips. Everybody, Peter Parker, Spider-Man over here, met Mr. James last year for the first time at a conference in London, and he invested 25,000 pounds and traded in 1 month, making close to 200,000 pounds. Peter Parker, everybody. All right, everyone. Thanks for spending the time together. I enjoyed it. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you all in the morning.